It's time for Mirage. Thankfully, Chaos Esports Club are starting on the T side. Should be seeing a little more speed to the start of our third map. And as you can see, once again, bookkeepers are favouring the favourite after their splash in the first map. Through Palace. No one to receive them, really. This should translate into a plant. Steel's just going to get them out Palace with a flashbang. Smoke going out first towards the connector.
I saw high flash there, but
Gratisfaction.
He's not even blind. He's fine. It's all fine. I don't know what this theoried piece was. I'm sure Chad can give us an idea what the intention was, but the execution and the outcome was atrocious.
Well, when you're waterfalling out of apps like that, you don't expect to have 3 individuals plucked out of the sky. So Gratz hit some absolute bangers there, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get to see those in the replay. But it all happened so quick, blink and you miss it. Maybe it broke the system. But yeah.
It was cool, though.
Well, look, that round right there, it's quite a simple approach, right? You always see people come out of apps, they push towards
cool,
CTs. Exactly, yeah.
That's what I was remiss to have missed.
And it's a good way that Grat starts the game in that fashion, because an AWP on Mirage, especially on the CT side, can be a very, very vital piece of the puzzle. It won't be a forced by set piece coming out from Chaos here. They've just gone for the pistols. 2 underpass, 3 out top mid. They'll swing, they'll dink him up. They'll be mopped. Easy as you like. So the gun rounds will be starting already. Thieves losing 2 players there. Might be a little bit disappointed. Chaos will be getting the AK-47s out. Vanity's brought on in. Has a Galil. Jonji's doing the same. And a MAC-10 for Leaf. This one here tells me it might be a little bit quick. Could be a B piece.
Look, we got treated on Nuke, right? That T side was blistering pace and had the success tied to it. So I'm not opposed to it.
Let's have a look. Charging in. Leaf at the front of this assault. Pulling out that MAC-10. It worked so well for him on Nuke. And a leap out of the window certainly could be a problem for Liaz and Azza. M4s and MP9s respectively equipped. That's a big nade. Ouch. Out to 70, and Liaz great control of his MP9 spray. So the Thieves looking poised for a third here, and this full buy is just dissolving in front of us. Zeppa only able to claw one, and Steel jumping out of the window. The inaccuracy was there, and unfortunately, it's all down to one man. He's only going to get the one. 3-0 to start off our Mirage.
Gratisfaction popping off. Liaz just then 4 kills, just shutting anything down. Looks like Chaos trying to roll it back to map 1. That aggression, that kind of quick play just met by an absolutely resounding no. It's going to have to, they're going to need to dig a little deeper here.
Light pistols. A little bit of utility in play once more, so nothing really going to cause too much of a splash here. You can see they still want to play as a team and with pace, so some pack rolly stuff from Chaos as they're sending 3 players with the bomb towards the underpass. One over towards A-ramp babysitting, then towards top of middle will be Vanity with a flash. So let's see how this one pops on out.
Just calling the way out there. Molly to hand, though. This calls other players into question now.
Certainly does. Donji, he's going to be burned alive. Leaf boosted up into the window. Does look promising. Catching Grat upgrades to the AWP. Not known to be an AWPer. Nice shots from Zeppa as well. Chaos advancing into the A site. Clean from Azza.
Now with the bomb down. Still going to try and get a little bit of ground towards CT. Try and post up a little bit of a better post plant doubled up with Zeppa down there. And honestly, on the CT side, they made a good stand of it. Azza getting 2 towards middle then. Kind of kept it looking good. But the guns are recovered. It's all theirs. This is... You know, this is done for. Nice little answer back. What a nice little pistol then coming out from Chaos. A little bit unique. I like the amount of attention they drew in towards Gratisfaction.
I'm surprised they're able to get that done on a low buy like that. There wasn't even really anything in play here. So the Thieves struggle some start. A tilt round maybe early. You have to get at this point of the game, right? The way that Counter-Strike is trending. Losing rounds like that, we might be able to scavenge that AWP. That'd be a big save for Azza there. Yeah, losing those rounds now, they've become second nature, right? You shouldn't really be too upset, but I suppose it's more in the manner in which you do so. You are going to lose those rounds every game, it feels like. With that saved AWP in play, maybe the Thieves are able to course correct here and grab one back of their own, as it was the MVP of the round, but they didn't pick that one up. You can see there, 3 kills to his name. They're setting up some top mid smokes here. There's going to be 3 of them. So this might be a connector short and window smoke in play for mid control. You can see them landing on in. Grat's going to try and get in front of them. Up and over he goes.
Perfect counter, but the flash is there, and he actually manages to get away. Jacob will finish what Grat's bullet did start. Does look like a B lean, and Liaza, perfect reaction. A smoke and a nade will extinguish the molly and lock them out. A 15-second wall has been established now in towards the apartments.
I've seen this from 100 Thieves. They felt so run over on Nuke. Obviously, they looked super different on Inferno, but coming to this, they've quelled that aggression, that pacey sort of look that it looked like Chaos want to go for, but still slightly leaning towards his B side. Liaz is going to have to leave this little perch. Can he take one with him? No. 20 HP, he does stay alive. That was a weird sound, but look at John G.
Yeah, that's lovely. He's usually the new bench to self-boost into the window. Don't need a partner for that one now. Grat, however,
one more.
Has managed to find himself one, and yeah, look at this. Grat's faction's going to come straight back and find a second. Magnificent. Just Leaf and Vanity then left in the apartments. They haven't even got out. Liaz has been staring at this, waiting for his chance and just using the elevation, the lip, to find that clean headshot, and he's playing it so clean. Love that. He's got 28 HP, doesn't want to lose his weapon, all of that investment, the armor, the kit.
Oh, Chase is on. He's heard him running away, so...
He's juked the camera.
Yeah, Vanity can hold on to this. He will do well, but you can see the hunt. Liaz is pushing. He's the lowest on HP, so he needs to just play to contain. There is one in the window, Gratis faction, making sure he can't Scarpa in the tunnels. But yeah, Vanity should get away with this one. I would say going for the hunt with 100 Thieves money in this situation, it doesn't make too much sense. Let him hold on to that AK-47. We know that they had the eco victory in the what? I was surprised he's even trying for that. So the last few seconds left on the clock, Vanity will be harassed, but everybody's thinking better of this. It's just a standoff. The AWP will get dropped. This is craziness there from Grat. They weren't able to recover it, and the money situation is worse for the Thieves than what you would say on the Chaos side of things. But did Vanity go down after the time there?
I think he was just shy.
I think his money's pretty low if I'm...
We'll get a check very sick. But yeah, okay, so he had...
Okay, I'm not $700.
There you go. Yeah. So he's bought utility and someone's dropped him a deagle.
So you bang on to there, Chatty B. It's a good find. Early util distributed towards middle will be extinguished to enable the line to be held. John G and Leaf starting a campaign to take that mid control through the underpass. Grass faction steps heard. They know there's one in towards the window. They can boost for this.
So many plays in towards connector though. It's not just Gratis faction here, but John G's kind of got ahead of this. Expecting maybe Jacob, and they don't expect JKS. He's the additional factor, so the connector stays under CT side control, but maybe Steel has something to try and chime back in.
Oh, what?
Big shot from JKS, but it is a back and forth affair.
It is, and Zappa clean into the head of Liaz. Puts us into a 1 versus 2. Bomb's on its way. Vanity might have to be the hero of this one, and that loss of his weapon after time could have ramifications. No armor on this. This Molotov, rather incendiary, will flush out the T. Burning will get away just in time. Flash enables his cross, but they're so damn low. This is so attainable for Azza.
Has a smoke too.
Time ticking, smoke in. Here we go. Sits it so far, still on it. Zephyr, he's got it. He's only got a dummy. Didn't really play that out. I thought Azza might have did a little more, but I guess we know how low HP they are. He is only working with what he can, and that smoke just seemed all too tantalizing. But this mid play was quite the back and forth affair.
Oh, Jacob not happy with that one right there. John G over on Nuke, and now here in Mirage is showing me some impressive signs. I like how ride or die he goes on a lot of these entry fragging escapades. And now it will be 100 Thieves on a force buy situation. Azza with the M4, Jacob is going to have an MP9, and then there's just pistols scattered across for the remaining members. Things are starting to heat up here for Chaos as they're able to stabilize with the score at 4-2. Standard default procedure, smoke towards top mid, 2 through the underpass, 2 top mid and 1 over babysitting the A site.
Up they go. Jacob forced off. This was where he had his frustrations in the past.
God, this is scary, isn't it? It's just a pin could drop here.
I like the boost. Leaf will be able to control the rotate if they can cause a kerfuffle elsewhere. It's not necessarily a guarantee, though. Zeppa will have this. Lovely. Jacob trying to react, but it cost him his life as well. Good advantage for Chaos. They need to twist this knife, though. Otherwise, Azza might start clawing things back, and so can JKS. Bullets connect. Vanity, who manages to keep the advantage in his team's favor for now. Just Azza again, and looks like Chaos is starting to really close that gap. A seems to be where they're finding their success.
3 of them are low here, but harassed by utility still will take Azza out of the equation. And now it has to be the save round coming in for the Thieves here. That means Chaos should be tying this one up 4-4. And they've even had an opportunity now to start building a little bit of a bank. Leaf, he maybe dropped a gun or he can reinvest, but 4+ K on the majority of the members on that Chaos side of things starting to look good. And it's just a very basic approach here. You know, just the window smoke, walking up through connector, nothing too flurried, nothing too fast. And the frustration now could be starting to build. This looks like it's the B set piece. We can see the smokes over towards the pillars on the B bomb site on the radar, and while the Thieves out mid-window, Zeppa might have a field day.
One. See if we can clear up. Nice if John G got a bit of it, obviously. A little bit more money in case they needed more. But all of them down there, 0 armor, clean as you're ever going to get. It's not bad.
Should mop this up now, not too many worries. Oh, the silencer. JKS trying to take it off in the middle of a fight right there. But once again, look at the money situation for the Thieves going into this. It's probably about 4.5 across the board for the majority of the members, and that's not enough to have a full buy, as I like to call it. So when you go into a round like this on the CT side, you have 2 options. You play quite passive on the bomb sites with crossfires, hoping that the Ts can run on into you, or you take the fight, you do something more aggressive, you go for more of a mid-control, maybe you're pushing close up A ramp, you're doing a deeper smoke in B apps, trying to take one part of the map away from them, and it looks like it is the mid-control. We can see the deep smoke through the sky on the radar. That's going to land. Molotov to support now that the mouth is wider, and Liaz pushing on up with the FAMAS. They've done the job they needed to. They have mid-control, but this certainly gets them the first 15, 20 seconds of mid, and eventually they will have to fall on back.
Absolutely. Out they go. Information is, well, there's nothing there, and that's information all the same. Now we're going to be seeing the utility deployed towards B. John G, the first one out. Makes sense with a MAC-10. Could get overrun here, but nice handling so far. Liaz and Vanity exchanging blows.
Two of these players so close by, though. Azza and Liaz can do so much work, and that bomb's still not out from the apartments. Leaf's a bit of a nuisance here, but he's got to make something of it. Otherwise, the time's just going to continue to dwindle away as Vanity's trying to leverage something, but they're so paranoid of mid, and I don't blame him, but it's short this time. Zeppa's up there. That's one. That's Leaf chiming in on the second towards Liaz, and that looks like it's go time on the site.
Certainly, Jacob's ahead of the smoke, though. Maybe unpredictable here for Leaf, but what a reaction. We knew he had that laser beam, and it's again utilized into finding the 5th.
The key for that right there is Chaos not rushing a situation which very easily could be fluffed, right? You can think about how much control they have. Vanity gets that kill from the apartment's position, and you think, okay, let's get into the bomb site now. Let's try and get this down. Let's secure the site. When you see the CTs coming up from Cat, they're dropping their own smokes. They're being gremlins around it. You may as well wait. There was so much time left on the clock, and I think they did a fantastic job of just locking down the areas they had, staying poised, and letting the flank come in from Zeppa. That was key. Here, Chaos will now be ticking on up to 5 rounds, having 4 players survive once more. That bank that I was talking about continues to build, and the Thieves are on the other side of it. We saw in the segment we did after Inferno just how brutal the mistress of the CT-sided economy can be, and now the shoe's on the other foot. The Thieves are starting to feel what that, well, feels like. I didn't know where else to go with that.
No, but I liked it. It feels what it feels like.
Yeah.
Right in the feelies.
Azza not feeling much right now.
It's actually, yeah, it's a nice change. We haven't seen the face palms of yesterday's games or the one before. JKS, same face as when he lifted the trophy.
As when he was born.
And the same face as when he was born.
Yeah. But seriously, where's Chet? I don't ever see him on the cams. He's got to be in there somewhere, surely.
No. He doesn't live in the house. He's got his own kind of like, it's a statistics database essentially. You know, like all of those kind of old analog phone calls that were connected with like cables.
All the wires.
Yeah, it's got like that, but it's like smoke lineups and it's strategies, splits, crumpled pieces of paper.
Abacuses?
Abacus for sure. He's got to get the economy. Abakai. Yeah. John G's feeling brave. He does straight down to clear the connector. There's a full stack from the CTs there. The Thieves have put 4 of their eggs into this basket, and Steel's about to turn the corner into at least one of them. That's the sound cue.
This is horrible.
Should be okay. He may not get one, but his teammates should get more. Nice spray control from Jonji, but it could get spirally. JKS is there as well. They've walked straight into the stack. And the call's paid off. Vanity nearly flubbed it. Now looking to retreat. No one's got eyes on it. And so now they have a safe plant, but it will be a 4v2. And it's an AWP and an AK. Leaf has to show us what he's made of, show us what he's capable of. Bomb now down. Thank you, Vanity. Leaf, however, seems a little unprepared for that, and Diaz does connect the warning shot down to 47.
Oh, this is a dangerous position to be in. You've got rifles galore now on the CTs. Limited armor, but still plenty there. Leaf has to do something incredible to save this now. Gratisfaction tries to make the play, but Leaf, with just 3 HP, is doing everything he can. And Azza has just been outplayed. Leaf just absolutely run rings around him.
Oh, how did he stay so poised? I thought when Liaz hit that deagle shot to pepper him up a little bit, pushing closer towards Checkers, that would be enough to go back to the bomb site, maybe fall back, I don't know. But no, he stays forward, cops a grenade, has the poise to get those two, doesn't panic, takes down Grat, and at that point it just becomes a 1v1. The HP not even a factor at that point. So you can see here, Vanity, he's loving that one. The neighbors, they might be coming over, knocking on the door and seeing what the bloody hell's happening.
Yeah, that's huge from Leaf, and Vanity's ran with that momentum straight into the next round. Jacob, right at the start, just as he got to his site, he's taken from it by that AWP bullet. JKS, he likes to do this, trying to equal that disadvantage with an aggressive maneuver, but nobody's home. And so a 2-2 split is established for our CTs. Rather self-explanatory. Grat, eyes on that mid-cross. And the early action on that ramp from the AWP is enough to keep players there. I say that, it does seem like JKS realizes he needs more info than he currently has. He's pushed Palace. And now some utility being deployed in middle, and the absence of any sort of resistance is indicative of the CTs staying static on the sites.
Certainly feel that lack as the T's start to exploit it, trying to worm their way in, just infusing with middle, but the CTs are still posted up. Bear in mind, Gratisfaction has pulled himself away towards the back of CT, around the back of mid, in case any of those T's try and worm their way around towards that exact hole in the wall, as they did before. So not necessarily a bad choice to be made. And the T's are kind of pausing in this, it feels like. They're taking their time, see if they can maybe work something out with it. But it does look like this eventual consideration towards B, where you're having Liaz and Azza still posted up. Very patient, of course. As you look at the utility they've got left, a couple of mollies, and they can be pretty imperative. 20 seconds, that's going to dwindle that time down. They've got to make their minds up.
Going A. It's a very quick pivot. It will fall to JKS. We talked about his Palace push, and they're cognizant of it. The nice Molotov will stop him from being an issue. I wonder if the sound cue was heard. They were far away. In fact, yeah, no chance they'll have heard that. So JKS remains unknown, and a 4v4 for the post plan.
I love the quickness to that then.
4v5, I correct myself. Jonji operating at a little less, and Steel has managed to extend just a little bit. One-man advantage for Chaos, but with that bomb ticking, Azza tries to find a way in. Icing with death, they're off to save. And Liaz does duck his head into cover just in time.
Oof. This is getting rough now. 7 rounds will be posted on the board here for Chaos. These 2 saved rifles are important, but the chase is on. Leaf and Zeppa, they don't want them to hold on to this. JKS, he'll definitely get to keep his rifle, but will Liaz be so lucky? Well, there's my answer. Even a love tap there from Leaf, just saying, good job, buddy.
A pat on the back.
Yeah, it's not the type of pats that I'd be looking for.
Each their own.
If you're going to stab me in the front.
Damn, you're so hardcore.
Isn't that like a Bring Me the Horizon song? True friends.
Stab you
in the front. Yeah. I really like Bring Me the Horizon, but that lyric, now that I've said it out loud with other people listening. All right. Low buy scenario once more. Jacob, favorite mag 7. Don't think we've seen him get a kill with it yet. JKS, save M4. Well, down to 31 HP to start the round, so I'm sure he's extremely happy with that.
It just feels like a game of extremes to me. I feel like we've seen the best of what Chaos looks like on their T side. We saw the belting Inferno. And it feels like we kind of rolled it back to what we saw on Nuke T side almost.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly wouldn't be too surprised considering the results Chaos have been posting recently. 3 maps to a series and all that. Working with very little into this one and already losing Liaz, who's been consistently finding them one in their successes. Steel again, Bit of a standoff with Jacob, and this is where the Mag 7 really doesn't feel like too much of a downgrade up against the AK. It's going to be reaction times from Jacob. Steel to adjust. He'll have to pre-aim that close box, and that's the window for Jacob. Perfect. Makes the Mag 7, makes the upgrade. Zeppa in a very prime position. He has to find multiple frags here to stop the rotate. Grat flying through the window, does get the call. Zeppa to tuck in on the site. Oh, thanks.
Not bad. Oh, that was a little bit of additional bullets there to the body. It felt like just really ensuring.
No, his mouse got stuck.
Oh, it's the mouse.
We like BM here, Lauren.
I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan. Don't need to tell me.
Teabagging is fun.
Yeah.
Spamming the bodies, spraying the bodies, stabbing the bodies, picking up multiple weapons before defusing the bomb and unloading all of the ammo into the bodies.
We haven't done a Fnatic game with Lauren yet. She hasn't seen that JW's...
Is he back?
Well, JW's legitimately still stabbing people regardless of what's on the line / who their opponent is.
Yeah, we did an interview with them, Lauren, and we asked, and JW said, we're entertainers. So he's a man after my own heart. You do love to see it.
You do love to see it. No, I'm pleased to see a bit of it. Why not? You've taken it to a third map. You did just get your absolute head kicked in on map 2.
How did Zeppa get there? There's not supposed to be...
Steel's up there too.
What the hell, guys? That's a cool new spot. Didn't know you could strafe up there.
So just quickly taking a little bit of stock right now, JKS and Jacob are normally, and Jacob more so, at least this year, has been the highest rated player for the Thieves on Mirage. Their scores, I think it's like 2-6 in terms of 2 wins, 6 losses. And Mirage, like I said, used to be one of their best maps, so this year it hasn't been great. Not sure if they're going to be able to retool right here as we're seeing it, but they need some rounds on the board. And Jonji straight down again, entry fragging with the help of Zeppa, not Zedda.
That's someone else.
Xena, the warrior princess.
Ooh, catches a glimpse of the shiny dome. Good damage just to warn Grat off the peak. Az's taking damage elsewhere as well. They're in good positions here for Chaos. They can take this mid-control and... Oh, Jonji's going to kick himself after that one. One bullet would have been enough. It steals... That will, well, steal it away. Into the CT side is JKS. He will have to be the turret he's known to be in order to force them off, but that's if he has any teammates left. Now a nade down his throat. He's got 45 to work with, but the bomb plant's safe. And likely going to be seeing that swing for Vanity on Palace. This one's all done. Looks like 9 on the T side. Chaos have been able to shake it off. That Inferno is a distant memory in their minds.
Maybe I was a little too harsh. I mean, looking at Chaos's Mirage against any top 30 team was Liquid, they lost it. They've been having decent results. See if Gratisfaction can get some of these guns. Obviously, the economy for the CTs is in a very different spot than the Ts, and no, he cannot. But yeah, as said, not having brilliant results, pretty decent against lower tier NA teams, but you know, once you get the Gen Gs in there, your Liquids in there, anyone, your MIBRs in there, I guess, at one point, it dwindles away from them. It's not a terrible map, but it's certainly not in the realm of the others.
Yeah, well, one of the keys here, at least to this first half, that I'm seeing a lot of success in is the way that Zeppa is able to cut off the rotations, right? He always seems like he's finding himself in a position to make sure when they are hitting a bomb site, he's the stopping factor. It's like, you need to help your teammates. We're on that bomb site, but you have to get through me first. And they're not able to do that. And then when the chips are down and it stalls on out, we've seen him come in with some absolutely phenomenal flanks. One comes to mind on that B bomb site round much earlier in the piece. But now we've just gone back to more of the same. Having 2 players walk this slowly, sauntering through underpass, Jacob will find one this time round, and it's important he starts to step on up.
Now we're talking. Vanity's taking another into middle, finds himself this double digits. More importantly, they're closing in on max money. That's how dominant Chaos have been over these last few rounds. Gratisfaction will find Steel advancing out of ramp. Didn't necessarily need to be leaving ramp so soon. His teammates were doing plenty of good stuff elsewhere. His presence alone could have contained, but he wanted the frag, wanted the info. Can't fault him. It's still absolutely winnable for both, and I think patience will prevail for Liaz here. If any further movements will cost him his life. He is anticipating Leaf. Don't forget the sound cue was just made. He's coming. He's gonna. You know he's gonna go for it. It's just a matter of time.
I don't know, what else does he do? Let's have a look. Let's have a consider, because we've got Gratisfaction on ramp. His position's already been somewhat noted, though. We know he's around. Liaz is kind of, I guess, the unknown quantity now. Certainly noted, but doesn't capitalize on Vanity, and this opens it up for Leaf, and suddenly B is wide open.
Yeah, they can charge straight in. Gratisfaction will start his rotate.
Oh, God.
Bomb, and now we've got a problem.
Time.
Yep, 13 seconds, and that Molotov may very well win the game. Look at Leaf's health. He can get it. He can. Perfect. Thank God he had the smoke. And so the clutch continues, and just in the nick of time, that bomb is planted. He has a great idea as to where Leaf is going and now spotted. This should be Gratisfactions. He can approach silently. He can even approach from above. But he can swing around, pre-aim it, and just shoot the toes off. Lovely jubbly. That is 5 for the 100 Thieves. And that's off the back of Gratisfactions triple. Very important to see him at the top of the scoreboard, as Chad outlined in that pre-game.
Yeah, it's just not with the AWP, though, is it? He's been getting it done with the rifle in this one. And now as we move forward into the last round of the first half here, I still feel like Chaos are in control. You know, that Leaf clutch that we saw, it was a 1-on-4 on that B bomb site from the Checkers position. And look at the streak of rounds here. That's a pistol round and conversion against the Force. They picked up a timeout round there on the 5th. And here, all the way down at round number 14, that is the next time that the Thieves strike on in. They need to be closing this one out strong. So I feel like round number 15 is almost a must.
You get to see Gratisfaction with the AWP, so let's hope he gets something to do with it. We've, as I said, the rifles look good, but that's not the look I'm here for. And this is the opportunity. Walking up ramp in the hands of Vanity as well. Steal. Also on the other side, and well, I guess we don't get to see it. Vanity instantaneously takes him down, and that's a huge scalp to be claimed, considering how relevant he's been in those last couple of rounds.
Certainly, Azza and Zeppa.
Ooh.
It's a bit of a standoff here. Jiggle is good. Wild spray. Azza wins the duel. They're going to be hitting an unopen A site. I mean, I don't really know if this was intentional by design. I mean, they'll push one up top mid, but JKS surely not going to go for the full round the world towards T-spawn. Bomb down thanks to Vanity. Leaf responsible for CT, and that flash was perfect. Liaz has given his teammate a freebie.
Oh, I'm still looking at John G here, bear in mind. He's the last piece of the puzzle that's coming around. He went around the world. He went all the way. When do they consider... Oh, what? Okay, from 0 to hero, it's back on, but Liaz, timing is of the essence. Smoke in. He now has the choice to be made. He doesn't full it. He fakes it. John G reveals position, sprays in, dips back in. He's seen it's a fake. He knows what's going on. Molly comes in. Well handled by Liaz. Plenty of pressure, but he's on it. Diffuse comes in. Well played.
I wonder, you know, that diffuse is close enough where, and here comes hindsight 2020, he could have just taken a couple of ticks, could have been enough. But that's hindsight, and this is the half. Will BRB.
Of my mind, trying to find a story to believe. And I've been getting sick of how I'm spending all my time, searching for a way to find relief. And I can stay inside, go to sleep, but I feel like I need to let go. And I can spin a web of any story that I like, but tonight I wanna make a masterpiece. Stepped out looking like a small fire, half glass and filled with desire. Head down, but I know I can't deny it. Life is fun when you're a liar. I've been told I'm gonna paint a new reality. It doesn't take a lot to turn a person into gold. Yeah, I've been getting good at alchemy. And you can stay inside and Half glass and filled with desire. Head down, but no, I can't deny it. Life is fun when you're a liar.
Group A winners match for ESL 1 Cologne, North America. We're into the third and final map, the final half. Before this match, we were averaging 28 rounds per map at ESL 1 Cologne.
Lots of rounds, lots of overtimes is basically
Right.
the point of that one right there. But look,
Thanks for that.
the winner of this does go straight through to the playoffs for the North American side of things. So a lot on the line right here. Tomorrow night we will have EG and Liquid battling for the same. And the utility's coming over towards the A bomb site, 2 towards CT spawn. Leaf will be there with Zapper. It's the 2 heavy hitters over towards A right now. And the rotation from Chaos is coming on in from that B site.
It's a
Big plan.
retake.
Very quick plant from Grat.
Yeah, it's going to be retake time. It looked like that was a possibility. The double stack towards CT already kind of signifying there was a chance for it. And, well, that's a start. That's a start and a half. The double stack, though, the little stack out towards jungle's quite curious, but they've got to get going soon.
Yeah, and don't forget to win awesome gaming gear as well. You got to do that as well as win the Counter-Strike match. Into the site, Jonji lucky to be alive.
whiff,
He actually
whiff,
hits
whiff.
the turn, yeah, exchanging whiffs. And Chaos will find themselves the double digits. I mean, this is wonderful for them. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. And just getting that diffused through. A full 10-second one. I didn't see a kit. It was Steel that had it equipped.
Just to kind of summarize this group as a whole, Genji lost 100 Thieves in the opening, Furia lost to Chaos. That means we're going to be losing either Furia or Genji in their match. I assume that one's going to be going down tomorrow. And then we could be losing either Furia, Genji, or 100 Thieves later on in the week. So Chaos, if they're able to steal this one here today, that's the most unlikely name other than Triumph from the North American side of things to be making a playoff run here. And right now, they're only 6 rounds away.
Yeah, it is an incredible storyline.
Damage, JKS. Out of all the players, you want him to stay healthy because he's such a high skill ceiling you can hope that he goes to if you need it, but 56 HP is what it is. But it looks like a turn of intentions from the T's heading right back round towards
Look at this in mid.
Yeah, exactly. Now, looking on the other side, it's all mid. I guess you have occasionally Vanity having a little peak, but they're going to be, I'm not sure in what sort of state by the time this hit comes through, but the timing's probably actually wonderful thinking about it.
Yeah, the problem for Chaos here is they've used a lot of utility to get that mid control back. They need to hit shots and they need to hit them now.
Leaf does have the position to do so. He can go back and forth, staying dynamic, and it is. It's a slaughter. 4 quick kills with the MP9. Not too shabby. Up against the AK-47s, he makes it look like it's an eco bash. 11 for Chaos. And they're just closing in on this unlikely victory against a stacked adversary. It started over on Nuke, and they are looking to finish here on Mirage in style. That's going to be the 12th, almost guaranteed for them with the victory there.
Oh, JKS and Jakem, look, 7 kills apiece. They're at the bottom of the scoreboard right now for the Thieves. And you heard me earlier say that they're normally the 2 heavier hitters. They're meant to be the star players of this team, and they need to come online and come online now because maybe another farming session here as Vanity will push, grabs one, trade it out, steal. They'll finish him off. And, well, I suppose the rest of the dominoes of the Thieves should be following not too far after.
Yeah, I love that they double stacked that. Rare to see the double stacked aggression. Grat's hiding in the smoke, and this could be perfect. He does get the dink. Unfortunately, a full helmet. Zeppa came prepared.
And yeah, Leo's, I guess, he's got himself a nice little SMG. But they need a little bit more than that at this point. They need actually a lot more than that. Steel, a little bit of a double dip towards middle, kind of feeling it out. And right to be feeling as such, calmly deals with Liaz. Bomb is at the top of mid with JKS, but it hasn't been the tear for him. He hasn't been the danger man you'd like to see yet. bit of work towards Zeppa would have been nice, but seems like for once we might be getting Chaos really pushing this quite cleanly too. This is very, very nice. I'm looking at the 100 Thieves. I want some more. I'd love to see maybe a timeout if they have one. Call it in, have a chat about something, because I don't want it to be ripped away from them here.
I mean, yes, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. This was a 9-6 half, and they won the pistol and converted into another lovely eco. This next round is when we can start getting concerned.
But you say to not get ahead of yourselves, but how many times do we talk about mental with 100 Thieves?
That's true. They might be in the bin, that Leaf 1v4.
Right, they come off the back of a belting game. Inferno smashed it straight through. Right, that's how we should be playing. We come into this. What's happened?
Yeah, and now the problem is, whatever they call on this first gun round, it's almost the game, right? If they're unable to get something done, if they're unable to even do any damage to the CT side of economy, which is now, with those SMG kills starting to look pretty, JKS doing his best to go for the plant here, and get shot in the backside from Jonji, and there's some extra bullets, definitely extra bullets. The mouse is still stuck. Damn.
He kept sticking and then unsticking, then sticking.
That's the mouse problem I was telling you about. You know, I had the 360 issue. His is the mouse one gets stuck on down. But this round, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody at home, a lot rides on this for the Thieves if you want to see them battle in here to grab the first spot in the playoffs for the North American side of things. Orp in Gratisfaction's hands. He's going to have some Kevlar behind it, but no utility. And, well, stress. I think that's on the menu here.
I imagine the juxtaposition between the two teams' comms right now is almost hilarious. Jokes and a whole lot of fun for Chaos as they are riding this momentum through our third map here. And you're right, for a playoff spot, Chaos Esports Club could be stealing it away, and Vanity's stolen Liaz straight out of the server.
That was way over by B as well. That's a mile away from this, but look at the T's creeping their way up middle. And it's going to be on the other side, just Leaf here. And Leaf's kind of gone through everything he had, so he's going to need some help. But the bomb is all the way back by the top of mid. So this could be another problem. Az has found Vanity, and they're actually getting the kills, which is very fortunate because that could have been a problem. But this is the big gun round, right? This was the one that could set them back on recovery. But Jonji and Steel still on the case, but it feels like a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, still, he could catch Grat from behind here. It does look like it's a possibility because Grat's paused to clear his short. He hears the steps. If he plants for triple, we are onto a winner here. But yeah, around the corner. Good damage. He can wallbang it. Oh. It's really close, and the dunk could come in. It looks really good, but overextended into JKS, and no sweat. That's 7. Thieves needed that. Their hopes of that playoff spot, at least tonight, were riding on it. So they're back into a competitive territory. It does look like Liaz is going to have to make a compromise. It looks like his teammates have got him covered, so he can just equip himself to the 9s. This is where the Vanity frag came in, just holding that slither gap, and Liaz slithered his way straight into it. 12-7 the score. Let's get back into the fray. JKS going to be lining upstairs. Smoke. Does look like we're going to be seeing the AXEC coming in from our Thieves companions. And the first question will be, Leaf's been playing it solo. Now, they've identified that. Jacob killed him the last round. Who's going to be the first to back him up? Looks like Zeppa. Leaf does pull the warning siren. It's a great nade towards Sandwich. Here comes the rest, though.
Leaving CT open as well. They're working it. They're making them having to sweat about this. Jacob right through the smoke. Sees the tracers, takes the head. Jonji's out of it. And well, there is still a lot of work to be done, but look at the HP. Azza, Liaz are low, and there is a touch of a gap. Leaf, does he see it? He's seen enough. He's found Liaz, and this is a dangerous scenario.
It's a huge frag to find. Liaz was responsible for CT. Suddenly, Jacob's going to have to cover 2 angles at the same time. Nades in his hands, but Zeppa trades. Down to just Azza and JKS. JKS now patrolling, doesn't want to give them the fight too early. Time's on their side. Time is really on their side. Someone's got to get on that bomb, but Zeppa, he keeps him safe. He keeps him secure. Where is it? It's Leaf on it. He has the kit, and he has the time. Chaos, what a fantastic round. It looked like they'd been caught out, Chad. It looked like that A-take was going to work wonders.
We've got to put that all down to Leaf, right? Actually seeing the toes or the barrel or something just under the cusp of that smoke and having the bravery to go for that kill because he was pushing into a Molotov to make that frag, but that alleviated so much pressure for the CTs. It meant they didn't have to focus about worrying clearing the site as the smoke was fading and turning their attention to the remaining players on the A ramp. Well, Azza was already low. JKS was stuck at Tetris. It's never a box that anybody wants to be finding themselves on, especially in that retake scenario, and now we really start to get into the danger zone. The plant coming on through, that will allow a buy, but it's not going to be a buy with all the goodies. An AWP shouldn't be on the cards. Tech-9s or Galils, if they want to be able to get rifles in everybody's hands, you could have a chance to make a few omissions here with some lighter pistols, maybe some SMGs. It really just depends on the call. What I'm a Pet and Azza, the brain trust, are thinking. It's going to be a half buy, so they're Not giving away round number 14 to Chaos here, but it's not their full investment, their full bank balance being spent. They're saving for a rainy day.
Lots of all-ins from the Thieves these last few rounds. Ambitious from Steel. He might go for it again if he gets the right sound cues. The nades are flying through, and Vanity very quick to draw. He needs more, and just perfect timing. Looks like Steel's managed to keep things at least competitive. Jacob, however, up on bench. If Jonji's not expecting this, he isn't. Oh, that's perfect from the Norwegian. A double kill already. He's made this round winnable for the 100 Thieves squad. Him and Graz faction up against it. Zeppa's still hitting headshots in the spray. It's Jacob. Phenomenal work. 4 kills in the round at a disadvantage from the very get-go, and he keeps on 100 Thieves in it.
Really, really needed round right there, and you can see exactly what that has done to Chaos's bank balance on the other side of things. Now, they're actually opting to go for a force of their own. I don't think that's enough to let the Thieves get completely back into the game. And with Jacob being the only player staying alive in this scenario right here, I can understand the call from Steel and Co. to go for such an investment. But you can see that could be enough to fire them up. That was a low buy. That was a half purchase here.
What do the CTs have?
Well, the AWP's a good start.
Eagles, CZs, bit of armor, of course, so it's not terrible. It's not dire straits, but it's certainly not what you're fancying.
No doubt about that. He had the right lineup for Jacob. It looks like it might land right on the man's shoulders. Doesn't get better than that. Finish it off with a deagle shot. Go on, Steel. Not today. Jacob steals it back. Smoke for the connector. 70 seconds, loads of time, a bit of CT aggression. It's nice to see a touch of this because 100 Thieves have been so all in. Maybe this could be a sign of something to do a bit earlier into the next few rounds. But Leaf will be punished for his aggression. And 100 Thieves, it should just be a formality at this point. The AWP on Vanity is a hot prospect to preserve. And as I say that, he feels the feed alongside Zeppa close quarters.
Yeah, that rifle on ramp suddenly becomes very viable, and Jonji's got a player isolated. Does go down, but they know where they're at, and Zeppa is just going to pounce on it. Love that aggression.
Absolutely. Now, bomb will be planted. There's no doubt about that. The interesting spread. Grat trying to hold the rotate from A. Is he going to hear the steps behind him? Zeppa's making no secret. Yeah, he can hear it. This is perfect. Grat will hit this shot, and now all of a sudden, it's on to Vanity for the save. That shot wins them the round. 9 for the 100 Thieves as this bomb will slowly tick on down. Vanity responsible for saving that AWP as he brought it in as the only real exciting prospect.
I do like the risk, right? And I want to kind of talk through the logic there, because if you play safe and then the scoreline gets tied up at 13-13, there's no room for risks that late in the game. What starts to happen when you get to that juncture is the team will be expecting risks because you're desperate. If you go for them a little bit earlier, you're still catching them while they're finding their feet. At that point, you could potentially destabilize the Thieves, snatch away a big round, put 14 on the board, and then it's only 2 more needed, and their money could be in a lot of strife. But it hasn't folded out that way. Vanity will still have the AWP, and he has 18 kills to his name, so he's having a decent game. If he can find some impact here, they're able to scavenge an AK-47, get a gun to work with. They might be able to snowball a bit more, but that's a massive if. A lot rides on the shoulders here, and what you normally want to do in these situations, either have your pistol players, the guys with the USPs, baiting or trying to set up a frag for the AWPer. Oh, 3 HGs in play here. I wonder where they're going to save those for. Zeppa, Steel, and Leaf will be holding on to them.
It's not going to be subtle though, is it? So far, smokes, mollies, it's all being put down. Going through the motions here, and I quite like it. Clear out as you go. Get rid of those corners that can house those CZs, P250s, and Eagles.
Yep, makes a lot of sense. Now with bomb fully into the site, as is the entire multinational roster. AKS gets himself $600. He'll be taking that with a smile on his face.
They need a chase. What I'd be setting up right now is a net. Leave one player with the bomb. You know Vanity's over towards short with the AWP. Hold up a second. They're just happy to stand and fight. He has 2 kills. There's no way that Chaos go for this, but any damage they can do by taking away guns, that's very, very valuable. And now that 2 have dropped when the bomb wasn't even half ticked, Thieves might think better of going for a chase. And there's still a lot more rounds needed to be put on their tally to catch on up. Still seeing if he can grab anybody while they're trying to get away from the bomb. JKS thinking he wants to fight that, but a good idea to dip away. And he's still going to go down with the C4, so the AWP has to be picked on up by Liaz.
Steel's taps with the P250 were not in vain, it turns out. Around 24 then. Chaos, they've been holding on this as 13 for a while now. I feel like I haven't seen that shift in some time. That's 3 consecutive T rounds. So let's keep our eyes and fingers on the pulse.
Oh, an Aug's come out for Jonji. It's not
Sometimes?
Yeah, it's not terrible. It hasn't been as nerfed as badly as the Krieg. It has value, definitely so.
He smokes fast. They tend to
quick.
just commit to this. Incendiary will not stop them. Jacob just gonna put it out. And flying through. Vanity's so close. He's got an AWP. He shouldn't do anything, and he can't. Overwhelmed. Steel will burn 1, but he needs to do way more than that. The Molotov's not enough. His M4 has to get a little wet. 3v3. Jonji does bring the AUG to play, and that hipfire is significantly stronger. That's a chance onto JKS. He was exposed. Eyes towards the kitchen. We got ourselves a 2v2 here. It's barely begun. Jonji doubles up. A no-scope. Gratisfaction can finish it, and he does! Spectacular from the New Zealander. Chaos on the B site. Chaos fall on the B site.
Now we got a game. Alrighty. It's taken a while. This one was simmering. Now we're starting to reach the boiling point as Chaos will have to go down to just another pistol upgrade here. No scope. Straight into the torso there, and a quick shot onto Zeppa. That one could have gone very, very wrong as Gratisfaction with 20 frags to the name. Old boy's loving it here, isn't he? And Azza as well. Now this is what we like to see. Getting fired up. We need the emotion. There's a lot on the line. As Zeus will be in Leaf's hands. Lauren, you might get to hear Alex and I squeal tonight after all.
And you might hear the Zeus sound too.
Yeah.
I'm drastically uncomfortable. I'm kidding. Yeah, still with the AWP, and we have an SMG with Jonji. Oof. Yeah, I want to see that Zeus in play. Maybe I will be delighted and thrilled.
Oh, that's
like Steel is.
Yeah, he's doing the Vanity job, and it's working. In fact, he's going to be moving around now. He's shown that presence. And they're just going to send Vanity on the hunt, knowing he's dinked. And yeah, Liaz expected that. Great play from him. Positioned himself just in that headshot. Very hard to react to just the tip. Now in towards middle with 4. They're going to be trying to take this B access point. Steel's got 2 leg shots. That's so unfortunate. Imagine, though, if those tags get converted by a Jonji MP9 or a Leaf USP. There's one. Chaos. They always seem to find something to grab hold of, even when it doesn't look like there is anything. Jonji, unfortunately, around the corner before his teammate Leaf was ready. Liaz does find him. Now they are so tagged up, but with just the Desert Eagle. Oh, and that's so unfortunate. He hits the bullet. It's just through the wood. And so Liaz lives to fight another day.
This is just unreal. Like, the 2 AWP tags, I'll take them. I'll be like, all right, fair enough. Feels like I like the way the AWP on the other side was on that little ledge in mid. You know, there's a reason and a rhyme, but the rest of it's been pretty brutal. Nice little bit of, in all the chaos, they're managing to keep 3, get the bomb down, do the job at hand. Drop to 13, though. Scoreline is getting close. You're right, Chad. We have a game on our hands now, don't we?
Yeah, it didn't feel like it for a lot of this because in that first half, the Thieves were all getting picked off one at a time. We felt like they were always in a 3-on-5 or a 4v5, a number disadvantage being run for a loop. We even saw them try to go for gamble stacks to different sides of the map. And the Chaos, they were just walking on into open bomb sites time and time again. But now that we get this one back underway, Steel going for that full investment with the AWP won't have a lot. MP9 to his name. Vanity still with the AWP. Looks like more of a standard mid take this time round.
God, the pressure's so quick as well. You're going to have to see them kind of be ready for this tempo coming back in. Jonji is so unaware. Gratisfaction is up for the fight this time. Going to take down Midwindow. Nice response right back. Jacob can't get away with the play he wanted towards Connector. So suddenly this mid control, it's still there, but it's missing that big piece.
It is. And Liaz, coming from underpass, he's going to be walking straight into Zeppa's crosshairs. They flash for aggression. Liaz can trade. It works out a whole lot differently than I had in my mind. But JKS, he's got the timing perfect. Leaf, oh, he's going to be checking Palace, but that's a lovely gift from JKS, letting him know I'm out. And I am here on the site. Bomb will be wrapping through T-spawn. Looks like it's going to take about 15 seconds for him to be getting that plant in. JKS, in the meantime, looking to maintain some control of Connector. They're double peeking. Vanity's hit the leg shot, but Steel can't finish. It's a great tap from JKS. Keeping it competitive at such a crucial juncture, but Vanity will finish. 2v1 then for Grat. And he has to get that bomb down. As soon as he touches it, though, Leaf will clear. He has to go hunting. I wonder how tight of a corner he'll sweep. He's going to go round a corner.
He did it last time.
Barrel. He's going to see the barrel and Leaf. Whoa, that could have gone wrong. Enough time for Grat to poise himself and to take the shot just a little shy. Chaos find 14.
Whew, all right.
Boys, 2 rounds away from playoffs and only 4 for the Thieves. This has come down to the wire.
Azza has a Tech 9 there, and it looks like Liaz had enough
How
money.
close was he?
Here we go. Ooh, where's the bullet?
Scope.
Oh, come on.
It was actually just
That was so close.
moving and accuracy.
Yeah.
That's the AD CSGO thing you were talking about yesterday, Chad.
Yeah, you know, any movement with that AWP and that bullet's not going to land exactly where you want it to. This is an A play. They're going in before the
Quick.
smokes.
It's fun.
It's Leaf.
Fruity, and it's Leaf.
It was good last time, not as good this time, but it could set up Zepper. No, Gratisfaction, what timing! He could ask for no better to take down Zepper, and suddenly the site is theirs. Get out of there, CTs. Get out of there, Chaos. That was a brute force from the 100 Thieves.
Well, it's really important right now for the Thieves to weigh up their options here. First of all, secure the site, but then decide if you want to go for this chase. If you can slowly start fanning out across the map and take away these rifles that are saved from Chaos, you're potentially going to be able to net yourself round number 14, going up against hardly anything for the CTs. But if you let Chaos hold on to these weapons right now, they're going to have another chance. They're going to be able to battle back and try and have a good stead for round number 15. I think this hunt is basically the game. If Jacob is able to come through here and take away one of the M4 or the AWP, and Chaos can't pull off a miracle in the following, the Thieves might be snatching this one away at the final hurdle.
Yeah, no successful hunt. Jacob with 5 HP probably deterred from taking a blind corner. But not a single player falling. That's going to do wonders for their late game bank balance. And quite the contrary, as you've highlighted, Chad, for Chaos. Down to 3.4. John G will be equipped with the M4 himself, so everyone's going to have what they needed. Steel, of course, preserving that MP9 enables him to drop the rifle for his teammate. Tops up on utility, as do the Ts. So they've thrown a couple of different looks at them in these closing stages of this final map. Double smokes in middle, and look at Vanity go. He wants to try and contest the cross, but Molotov will force him out of the angle, and they're already advancing with good pace too. This could be a fast A pincer. 1 palace, 1 ramp, 3 up mid. All they need is a way in.
Vanity trying to stand and deliver there. That mid take is just so potent. Again, this time Jacob does have the freedom to get up there, doesn't lose out, so you get the additional man. Gratisfaction right back around spawn, probably going to get that bomb and then lean. Whichever way they feel best, maybe back towards middle with it seems, as they do hit the brakes slightly.
Yeah, that one-way smoke that Jacob was using in the site. Okay. He did not see Azza whatsoever. A blind shot through 1.5 smokes as Jacob started to fade. Oh dear, 4v5. A will be the finish.
He's been there every time. It's likely going to be in the flight path. It's going to come down to the utility involved in it. JKS, does he have the Molotov? He does. Likely we'll see that deployed towards the underbalk on the pincer. 45, no rush. That's going to be the molly. Doesn't quite nail it. Leaf unchecked. Jacob just storms in. That's how passive. That's the punishment for the passive hold. They can walk up connector. No one had the info. Not over yet, though. Still long range with the MP9. That was perfect. Keeping it competitive. 25. And Zeppa needs more. He's gone down. It's down to Vanity. He started so strong. Can he really clutch it? Gratisfaction's only got 26 health. He's got another partner in crime in John G, looking for the 15th, looking for the upper bracket match point, and they're on it. Chaos, secure it. Vanity with 3 at a crucial juncture in the game. Let's see what it's done to the Aussies. 3.8 for Azza. That's not ideal. They will have everything they need, all the bells and whistles to give it their best shot, best foot forward, a timeout necessary. And JKS gonna have to give us one of his signature spicy rounds if we want to see the Thieves continue to bound us into overtime. Or is this Chaos Esports Club, the very same team you saw being ransacked throughout Inferno? It was a 16-6. It was a 12-3 half. And need I remind you, 12 T rounds from the Thieves on Inferno. It just was such a clear indication of what they were capable of on the map. But Mirage, it slipped through. Thieves had a choice. Train or Mirage. They opted for Mirage, considering it a safe haven and a safe option for that third map decider. It seems Chaos did too. And now, 28 rounds later, we find ourselves at the business end. It's match point, folks.
It's not the game where you want to see JKS with only 11 frags to his name at the very, very bottom of the scoreboard. And this is the superstar. A little bit shy right here. They're going to need to turn it on if they want to take us to overtime. Back towards middle. Jacob solo mission. The rest towards B. Here we go.
The pace is unbearable, but Jacob just runs up blind. Alex, this is looking dangerous towards B right now. The utility, the pace, everything, they're just flying towards him.
They are doing it. Jacob gone, Grat done. Everyone wanted to be the hero, and now it's more a 0. Liaz and Azza then. Make it just Liaz. Steel's got a necessary frag. Chaos have done it. They've done it in 3, and they've done it in style. 100 Thieves sent to